Hey, ChanClan viewers, this is Lee's Large Cricket Keeper. Now, why the heck are we reviewing a cricket keeper, and why do I need a box for crickets? Well, those are questions that are probably existential, but you'll find out quickly once you have a reptile like the chameleon that we just inherited, that you need some place to store its food supply. And rather than paying 16 cents a cricket for the rest of its long life, you probably want to start breeding your own crickets, as crickets are able to reproduce like rabbits or like crickets. Now, Lee's Large Cricket Keeper is basically a little terrarium that allows you to keep all your crickets. And believe it or not, crickets don't like to be sitting around out in the sun, and this builds in tubes. In fact, the large system here has 4 tubes that can hold your crickets, and this can actually make the crickets easier for feeding time, because you can just remove one of these tubes and basically shake out some crickets like you see there, and feed them directly into your, in our case, chameleon enclosure. So these crickets are just retail crickets that we get for about 10 to 16 cents a piece. And what we're trying to do here is actually breed them. So I have no experience breeding crickets, but we've been reading up all about them. And basically you have to have a place where they're gonna lay their eggs, usually in their soil here. And after a couple of days, probably longer, you'll get these crickets that mate and lay their eggs, and you'll have baby crickets. But then you have to remove the baby crickets, because apparently the adults will cannibalize the baby crickets. So this enclosure is ventilated. You can access this through the top little trap door here, versus you can basically go in there, put random food and oats and cheese wheels and lettuce, and the crickets probably will find their way into these little canisters. Shake out a whole bunch here, see? Look at that. See all the crickets coming out? Perturbed, disturbed by me shaking these crickets. So these black tubes really make this a cricket cage. And from the top here, you can otherwise take a look into these tubes by removing the top cap. And hopefully there's no crickets right on the tail end here, but you'll be able to see that there are some crickets hiding inside the tube still. There you go. Hard to focus in, but you can see some of that motion inside the tube. So you can either shake it out, or basically like a straw, siphon them out and feed them into your reptile enclosure. So here again, we can grab this tube and basically even remove it, because these crickets kind of stay in there, and then pretend that we're into our enclosure. Just tap them out a little bit. You can tap a lot out, and the crickets will go rampant, jumping around here. Okay, so this retails for about $30. Is it necessary? Is it any fancier than Tupperware? I think, again, the tubes and the ventilated top make this a little bit more special, and it's designed as a cricket keeper box. A little plastic handle to keep it convenient. There's a smaller size that has only 2 tubes, and a little more, the overall size is smaller. Might get that for our baby crickets, just so that we can keep them from getting eaten. But it definitely serves its niche purpose, and its purpose ultimately is to cultivate and maintain the food supply for our chameleon. Why don't we go visit our chameleon here and introduce you to Godzilla, our Jackson chameleon that we actually picked up from in the backyard. And living in Hawaii, these are actually invasive species, so they are actually to be disposed of. Well, rather than disposing it, we'd have kept it as a household pet. So luckily we live in Hawaii, where you can just find your pets out in the wild. And the Jackson chameleon actually had some babies, so we actually have another baby chameleon. Let's introduce you. All right, this is our baby chameleon, baby Godzilla. You can see him. And this is a him, because he has 3 horns on the front, just hugging that tree branch right there. Can't really see too well. Let's see if we can bring you up there. It's just going to go through the screen. There you go. He's our little guy here. He's kind of checking out what we're up to. Brown. Their eyes always creep me out. They kind of look any direction on their own. There he is. So that's kind of our baby. He's only about 2 inches long. And we feed him the baby crickets because he can't get to the big crickets yet. Let's take a look at Mama. All right, here's Mama Chameleon, Godzilla. Now, she actually hid her babies for almost 6 months when all of a sudden, alone in the cage, she had a bunch of babies. Now, most of the babies died, except for mini Godzilla, little Godzilla there. But Mama has remained pretty healthy. She eats a nice serving of those large crickets that we saw. They kind of keep them to themselves, but they're fascinating because, yeah, look at that eyeball. You can just look in all funny sorts of directions. And they do change colors depending on their surroundings, which is pretty cool. And when they get walking, they kind of use their hands to grab things, which is pretty neat as well. So that is where our cricket keeper is keeping their meals happy. And that's Lady Godzilla for you, our Jackson chameleon. All right, well, that just about sums up our demonstration and review of this cricket keeper. Pretty no frills, but very practical, especially with the built-in tubes. If you are into cricket farming or just need a good place to keep your crickets for your reptiles, this is a great addition, and it's available for about $30 online or sometimes at a pet store near you, although this was not available readily. All right, let us know what you think. Leave your comments below. Check out all our videos on the TheChanClan life, and we will see you next time with another demonstration and review of another product that we've added to our collection. Thanks for watching, and subscribe.